spirals in one direction and 55 in the other. On a very large sunflower, there could be 89 in one direction and 144 in the other. While the vibrant, strong sunflower is recognized worldwide for its beauty,
flowers generally is life. It's good to have flowers everywhere. They are wonderful. If you have a flower in your house, it shows that you are living healthy. Because if your house is stuffed and when you have a flower there, it tell you there's something wrong with your house. Like I have a flower in my house that actually showed me that my house was stuffy. I need to open up. So flowers are very good.
It is also an important source of food. Sunflower oil is a valued and healthy vegetable oil, and sunflower seeds are enjoyed as a healthy, tasty snack and nutritious ingredient to many foods. Once the flower heads are empty of seeds, they can be converted into disposable scrubbing pads for jobs too tough for your cleaning tool. Planning to clip a few to display in a vase, if you wait until the afternoon, they may wilt.
From dusk to dawn, 24 hours a day, NTA International is with you in your living room, office, everywhere and anywhere. We provide the company you desire in terms of balanced and up-to-date news, programs and the best of entertainment. Tune in to DSTV channel 251, GoTV channel 91, Freeview UK channel 264, or you can download www.visiontv.co.uk, app for iOS or Android. You can also see us on Facebook and YouTube for quality content on the go. NTA International, Africa's window to the world.
Hello and welcome. It's time for another interesting package of
Everything Music.
Angelina, you dey cool in my temperature. If you call, I go come deliver.
This is Talking Movies.
In times of old, the world was full of wonder.
Welcoming you to your weekend for today.
Hello, this is Weekend File on the NTA. We are live in Abuja. Thanks for joining us. Deficit in road infrastructure has been a major challenge in Nigeria for decades, leading to different leaderships doing their best, but the efforts were not enough to meet national aspiration. Since 2015, one of the cardinal objectives of the federal government is to provide standard roads across the federation, as the current Federal Ministry of Works and Housing is busy grappling with construction, reconstruction and repair of roads alongside bridges for provision of standard roads. The reality is that without roads, there will be virtually no economic growth, as movement of goods and services will be highly affected. Today, Nigeria is witnessing massive construction, reconstruction and rehabilitation of so many roads, spanning over 13,000 kilometers across the 36 states, plus the Federal Capital Territory, in addition to the 21 NMPC tax credit roads linking towns and cities in all regions of the country. All these ongoing road projects are on the verge of completion, and its impact will soon be felt in all areas of national life, despite global challenges of COVID-19 pandemic and fluctuations in international oil markets, which diverted money in the hands of government for project development. For now, Nigerians are gradually but steadily going back to the better days as the projects get completed. Do stay with us on Weekend File tonight as we bring you updates on federal government road infrastructure. Our guest is the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Raji Fashola. I am Kenen Ima Aborike. The news in a moment. You can follow this news broadcast live on our website nta.ng/live and on YouTube channel NTA News Online. You can also visit our Twitter handle at NTA News Now, Facebook page NTA Network News and Instagram NTA Network for updates. Now let's start by telling you that the 6th EU-African Union Summit has ended in Brussels, with the heads of state and government committing to a joint vision for 2030. This is the new driving force in promoting the two countries' common priorities and shared values, as well as preserving together their interests and common public goods. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports that President Buhari, who led Nigeria's delegation to the summit, is back in Abuja.
The joint vision is aimed at consolidating a renewed partnership for solidarity, security, peace, sustainable and sustained economic development, as well as prosperity for African and European citizens as closest partners and neighbors. To this end, a 150 billion euro investment package has been announced to support their common ambition of building a more diversified, inclusive, sustainable and resilient economies. The partnership, which also addresses both the immediate opportunities and challenges as well as long-term possibilities, shows commitment to ensuring a fair and equitable access to COVID-19 vaccines. Consequently, the EU is providing at least 450 million doses to Africa by the middle of this year, and on that, $3 billion has already been provided to the COVAX facility. Team Europe is also mobilizing 425 million euros towards ramping up the pace of vaccination on the continent. The joint vision similarly shows commitment by European Union to supporting the full-fledged African health sovereignty in order for the continent to respond to future public health emergencies. Resolutions were also adopted on, amongst others, peace and security cooperation, debt service treatment, economic integration, illegal migration, illicit financial flows, human capital, as well as infrastructure development towards achieving a prosperous and sustainable Europe and Africa. In the meantime, President Muhammadu Buhari is back in Abuja after getting Nigeria selected with 5 other African countries as host of the technology transfer hub for the manufacture of vaccines. He was received on arrival at the NTA International Airport by the Chief of Staff to the President, Minister of the FCT, Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of Finance and Administration, Director General, Department of State Services, and other senior government officials. In Abuja, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
The task of stimulating the economy after the COVID-19 is not for the government alone, but a great deal of intervention is needed from the private sector as well. To this end, a group of young professionals are meeting in Asaba, Delta State, on how micro, small and medium enterprises subsector can play a critical role for economic growth. Chinyere Okoli has details of the summit.
Nigerian youths form a very substantial segment of the population. Hence, they must be empowered in order to stem the tide of unemployment. The Young Professional Forum came up with an initiative to create a window of opportunities for the youth to become employers of labor and build a culture of entrepreneurship in the Niger Delta region.
What we are doing right now as an organization, as young people from the Niger Delta, is to redirect the minds and energy of our young people into more productive ventures. This is one of the surest ways in which we can turn the challenges of the Niger Delta into windows of opportunities.
The youths occupy about 30% of our 217 million population. So if they can create jobs for others, if they can do their job with passion and excellence, if they can pick from this place out to be better entrepreneurs, then I think we'll be, seeing light at the end of the tunnel.
Participants at the event believed that the current state of the global world brings entrepreneurship to a core as COVID-19 created severe economic consequences for all countries.
They gave me a grant. This fund will be used in my business.
I've been favored by being given a grant of 500,000. It's something overwhelming.
I've gotten that push to be able to go into the creeks and talk about tech and impact knowledge.
Participants at the event were given startup packs, grants, soft loan and other incentives to add value to their lives. Over 3,000 youth from the Niger Delta region have benefited from the program. In Asaba, Chinyere Okoli, NTA News.
More than 2,000 youth have been equipped with requisite knowledge on entrepreneurship, ICT, animal production, oil and gas, as well as marketing by the Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs. Elizabeth Omori reports that the training is geared towards the agenda of lifting millions out of poverty.
Akin Showore is one of the beneficiaries of the Ministry's Empowerment Program. He has acquired skills in grass cutter production. Just like Akin, they will be eking a living for themselves while contributing to the economy.
People take option of this nature so that all of us can be self-reliant anywhere we find ourselves.
Coming here, I learned better with things that I can actually venture into in oil and gas.
The program, which covers mobile phone repairs and maintenance, rearing of grass cutters, oil and gas, marketing and ICT, the Ministry of Niger Delta says is one sure way of making Nigerians self-reliant and by extension become employers of labor.
The federal government recognizes the youth and women as catalysts that will bring about the needed change and development in the region. And as such, the ministry has embarked on various skills acquisition training programs, both local and international.
Federal government is proud that we have really done justice to produce viable, decent, intuitive youths.
Beneficiaries of the empowerment program are drawn from the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT. In Abuja, Elizabeth Omori, NTA News.
Good news now, as the long queues at the petrol stations in Abuja are gradually disappearing. Mayor Ogidi visited some stations and now reports.
Like a receding flood, driving in and out now in minutes. The instruments for crowd control still here to tell the story of the dark days in the petrol station. There is a glimmer of hope, stress gradually giving way to smile. This is the situation at most petrol stations in the Federal Capital Territory.
It has been long, they're open since morning. That's the reason why I see that the queues are kind of a little bit down.
The same price they're giving us at the end of 165.
Good news for the motorist. Good news that comes with personal sacrifices for filling stations like this one.
We got fuel from Suleja Depot, that is there in the open market. But the challenges we had there, our director always buy the fuel at the cost of 168 naira 50 kobo. As you can see, the Angama regulation price is 165, but he bought it at the cost of 168 naira 50 kobo in order to maintain the customer. So things are getting better, things are restoring to the normal. By God grace, within this week, maybe to next week, everything will be okay.
A huge sacrifice, but moments like this is a test of patriotism. Mayor Ogede, NTA News.
The Federal Road Safety Corps FRSC has cautioned motorists against overspeeding, route violation and other traffic-related offences, especially while applying the ongoing reconstruction portions of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Deputy Corps Commander Operations FRSC Ogun State Command Adelaja Ogunbomi stated this during an on-the-spot assessment visit to the scene of the tanker explosion along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway on Friday, February 18, which claimed 17 lives. Yemi Dalemo reports.
To eyewitness accounts, the 17-passenger Mazda bus was going towards Lagos from Ibadan when the driver of a tanker loaded with 3,000 liters of premium meter spirit PMS coming from Lagos suddenly joined the other route and subsequently had a head-on collision with the bus. Although the tanker driver escaped unhurt, the passengers in the bus were not lucky as the tanker exploded shortly after collision and burned 14 out of the 17 passengers who lost their lives in the accident beyond recognition.
There wasn't absolutely reason why he should follow one way. It is a violation, it's a route violation. That's why we advocate that people should obey rules and regulations. If the driver has obeyed the necessary rules of the road, this crash will have been averted.
To make sure that this type of thing did not happen again, we have a lot of things to do. by working together with the Federal Safety, which we have been doing, and other stakeholders. One of the major stakeholders is the Trunkers Association.
The traffic has since been restored in the area, while men of the Ogun State Command of the FRSC also cleared the Ogere Trailer Park of reckless parking for free flow of traffic on the highway. From Ogere, Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, Yemi Dalemo, NTA News.
Now, OneXBet, one of the leading betting companies in Nigeria, has presented checks to winners in the AFCON 2021 Challenge Game promo. The company says it is part of its commitment to rewarding loyal customers. Hengino John Adams was at the presentation held in Olowu, Ikeja, Lagos.
The Lowu community and its environs in Ikeja came alive as OneXBet train announced its presence with a bang. The company presented checks to some lucky winners who participated in the 2021 AFCON Challenge. 5 winners received 285,000 naira each, while 4 lucky winners were presented with 570,000 naira each. Mr. Akpan Isong went home with the grand prize of 5,700,000 naira.
I never expect I will win such huge amount. I'm so glad to be in OneXBet.
I trusted them, so I know OneXBet is a big company. So when I got the mail, I knew that it's real.
OneXBet Business Development Manager says the prizes are just the beginning of better things to come to their customers who remain dedicated to the brand.
There are a lot of people that come into OneXBet to place bets, and as a betting platform, we are not just here for business, we are also trying to help people out, okay? Because you can actually place a bet and win money. And as you can see, it's not, they didn't win this one from the money they played, but just from the total AFCON game we had.
OneXBet started operation in Lagos in 2018 and got its national license in 2019. The company says it prides itself as a reference point in lottery business in Nigeria with its enviable track record of transparency and quick payment to winners on its platform. In Lagos, Hingino John Adams, NTA News.
2 artifacts, a cockerel and bronze head of the Oba taken from Benin Kingdom in 1897, have been returned to Nigeria and handed over to the Oba of Benin. The bronze head, returned by Cambridge University, is insured and valued at £500,000, while the cockerel, retrieved from Aberdeen University, is insured and valued at £2 million. Both artifacts are among 10,000 artifacts stolen from Nigeria and scattered in 165 museums across the world. A delegation of the Oba of Benin had on 27 and 28 October 2021 visited the 2 universities in the United Kingdom to begin the repatriation formalities for the artifact. The official handover is considered as an historic event that marks the correction of past mistakes and the support of the government of the United Kingdom for granting export licenses for the repatriation of the artifacts at no cost to Nigeria.
And I enjoin the people of Edo, and particularly the people of Benin Kingdom, to join hands with His Royal Majesty in the preservation of this artifact so that they remain the same way they have been for 125 years, as preserved by those countries and as we are going to preserve it.
I must at this juncture express my appreciation to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The President has taken a keen interest in the handling of our artifacts. Just as has been reported, the President expressly directed that these 2 bronzes be handed to me directly.
Facts were formally received by Oba Ewari II on behalf of the Benin Kingdom. Now to politics, where primary election of the All Progressives Congress (APC) to pick the party candidate for the Osun governorship election on July 16, 2022 has held across the 332 wards in the state. Femi Afariagun reports that 3 aspirants, including Osun State Governor Boyega Oyetola, are contesting for the party's ticket in the primary election.
Operation A4, a process where voters lined up behind the photograph of their favorite candidate, was adopted at primary. The party primary, which is direct mode, has been generally peaceful. Osun State Governor Boyega Oyetola expressed satisfaction with the process after the counting of voters at Ward 1, Unit 1 to 7 in Iragbiji, Buripe local government area of the state. The 2 other aspirants are former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Lasun Yusuf, who voted at Ward 5, AUD Primary School, Laro, Ilobu, and former Secretary to the State Government of Osun State, Moshood Adeoti, voted in the Iwo area of the state. The primary election is to produce the APC standard bearer for the July 2022 governorship election in the state. Femi Afariagun, NTA News.
You're watching Weekend File on the NTA Network Service. Let's go on break.
The Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, invites stakeholders to a town hall meeting to highlight the achievements of the President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration in infrastructure development nationwide. The key sectors in focus at the town hall meeting are works and housing, power, and finance. The event is scheduled as follows. Date, Tuesday, 22nd of February, 2022. Venue, the Nigerian Air Force Conference Center along Banex Jabi Road, Abuja. Time, 10 a.m. Please note that all COVID-19 protocols will be fully observed. For further information, please call Samuel on 080-88006035, Lucky on 08169858109.
Dr. Abdulaziz Yari is a unifier. As chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, he united the factions, irrespective of party affiliation. He engineered an understanding between the president and opposition governors for good governance of our country. As a member of the Democratic People's Movement, DPM, in 1995, Yari sacrificed his personal ambitions for the party. And as pioneer member of the All People's Party APP, Abdulaziz Yari helped it win the governorship election in Zamfara State in 1999. From being party secretary to being party chairman in Zamfara State, Yari oversaw constant victories for the APP-ANPP before becoming a federal legislator in 2007. As a member of the All Progressives Congress from inception and a party loyalist to the core, Dr. Abdulaziz Yari is the bridge builder for this season. Let's unite our party for the battles ahead. Let's choose Yari, a leader we can trust. Dr. Abdulaziz Yari Abubakar, charting a new course for the All Progressives Congress.
Distinguished candidates, registration for UTME and DE into Nigerian tertiary institutions begins February 19 to March 26, 2022. Each candidate must create a profile using only one mobile phone number. To generate the profile code, simply send your NIN by SMS text to 55019 or 68019. A profile code of 10 characters and IBAS alert is received by the candidate for pre-registration checking. The profile code is presented to purchase the UTME and DE e-PIN. Registration fee is 3,500 naira for DE/UTME form, 500 naira for reading text, and 700 naira for CBT center charges. No other payment is required. Multiple registrations are not allowed. You can upgrade your UTME to DE at no cost. DE and UTME close same day, and there will be no date extension.
JAMB, enhancing academic excellence.
The management of the Northern Broadcast Media Owners Association, NBMOA, cordially invites all members of the association to the 7th Annual General Meeting, which will take place in Kano as follows. Pre-AGM, date, Sunday, 20th of February, 2022, time, 2 p.m, venue, Babale Suites, number 8 Dabo Mohammed Close, Kano. Award night, date, Sunday, 20th of February, 2022, time, 8 p.m, venue, Dabo TV Center, BUK Road, Kano. AGM opening ceremony ceremony. Date, Monday 21st February 2022. Time, 10 a.m. Venue, Bristol Palace Hotel, Newsmaker Town Hall. Date, Monday 21st of February 2022. Time, 2 p.m. Venue, Bristol Palace Hotel, Kano. Chief host and special guest of honor, His Excellency Dr. Abdullahi Omar Ganduje, the Executive Governor of Kano State. Royal Fathers of the Day, His Royal Highness the Emir of Kano, Alhaji Aminu Ado Bayero, His Royal Highness the Emir of Bichi, Alhaji Nasiru Ado Bayero. Guests of the Newsmaker Town Hall, former Senate President Senator Abubakar Bukola Saraki, Private Sector Ambassador Dr. Dauda Lawal Dari. Special Award and Honor, Sir Ahmed Bello, Sardauna of Sokoto, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, Honorable Alhassan Ado Dogua, Distinguished Senator Aisha Dahiru Binani, Honorable Minister Sadia Umar Farouk, Malang Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, Alhaji Balarab Shehu Ilela, Ahmed Musa. Announcer Alhaji Abdullahi Yelwa, Ajian Yauri, Acting Chairman, Northern Broadcast Media Owners Association, NBMOA.
Welcome back. You can follow this news broadcast live on our website, nta.ng/live, and YouTube channel, NTA News Online. You can also visit our Twitter handle at NTA News Now, Facebook page, NTA Network News, and Instagram, NTA Network for updates. The federal government is opening more completed highways to commuters in different parts of the country. Abdullahi Mohammed reports that this is the fallout of its unrelenting commitment and of resources and painstaking supervision.
The story of the rehabilitation of the federal government-owned roads, highways and bridges can be likened to the story of a farmer who inherited a depleted farmland. But for the adoption of a never-say, never approach, as well as sowing improved seed varieties, puts him on top gear at harvest time. When the harvest began to fill up the silos, the millions of mouths to be fed stood in ovation.
You can take a look.
From here to the end of the road, we enjoy it.
Enjoy.
Before now, it takes 3 hours before you reach Koko, but now it's 30 minutes.
Listing out the highways, roads and bridges completed and put to use could be like chewing 2 kola nuts in one mouth. But among them are 250 kilometers Sokoto Tambuwal-Jega, Kwantagora Makera Road, Kano Maiduguri Highway crisscrossing 4 states in the northeast, Vandekia in Benue State to Obudu in Cross River State, Inewi Oduma Oduru Road Section 1 and 2 in Ebonyi and Enugu States, all completed and open to traffic. The Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Raji Fashola, has been dealing with challenges on the lines of construction to meet deadlines. Biggest scissors to tape is on the brinks as one of Nigeria's biggest infrastructure comes close to completion, the second Niger Bridge. But that may also be a tip of the iceberg in series of project inaugurations to come. This is because Sukuk Fund has once again been milked, and about 210 billion naira is to go into 97 road rehabilitation across the country. The NNPC 621 billion naira roads reconstruction fund has contractors on their toes, speeding up works on 27 roads in the 6 geopolitical zones of the country.
We already benefit of the first payment about the program of NNPC.
And let's not put under the carpet an international bridge and another critical to the viability of the Calabar port waiting for the presidential opening. In Abuja, Abdullah Mohammed, NTA News.
Now, for those who misconstrue President Muhammadu Buhari when he said he will take 100 million people out of poverty, Minister of Works and Housing Babatunde Raji Fashola says should follow him to understand the statement better. This was when he embarked on road inspection and interaction with the people of northwest Nigeria. Again, Abdullahi Mohammed reports.
Burrowing through the harsh weather with a quorum of specialists, the minister's fleet stepped on the throttle. In proving a point, the big and atom-sized picture the progress made on the construction of the Abuja-Kaduna-Kano highway must be laid bare. And so, every mile on the highway matters with the eye of the emissary and the public in every stop. 107 kilometers. Each kilometer, a revelation of the uniqueness of the method being used to build the highway. First, the component of the old is recycled, and the refined materials are then laid back to form the new.
We are planning to start rolling out way bridges, but
on arrival in Kano, Katsina-Kano Highway, a product of Sukuk, was subjected to the test tube. The stability of the camera shoot from one of the vehicle in motion gives you an idea of its integrity. But most importantly, this is the road by which the biggest grains market in Africa lies. You may begin to wonder how much cheaper it will be for farmers and traders to move their grains to this market as a result of building these highways from a single lane years back. These are the little drops of payback by the Buhari-led administration to the chain of activities which slowly but surely pull out millions of Nigerians from penury.
if I talk of what I earned for just these 30 days, nobody will believe.
But where else would the emissary of the president tell this story than a gathering of youths from across the northwest Nigeria?
When we were coming in 2015, what did we promise Nigerians? Huh? It is happening now.
Traveling back, the difficult task of managing construction with commuters in some point is prevalent. Just by the Kaduna-Zaria highway, another completed housing project waiting for occupants. This, for the minister, is another giant stride with a wave of benefits that touches lives. In Abuja, Abdullahi Muhammad, NTA News.
And joining me live in the studio is the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Raji Fashola. You're welcome to Weekend File.
Good evening. Happy New Year, and thank you for having me.
Happy New Year to you, sir. Let me just start by saying that it's been a success story in terms of road infrastructure since 2015. Tell us more about it.
Well, we have momentum, and everybody is playing their part, starting from the principal, President Buhari, who gave us the mandate, and the support. Because it's one thing to have a mandate, it's another thing not to have the support. We have the support. And so also my colleagues in cabinet, in no specific order, but gratitude to all of them, the support they give to our memoranda, the debates that we have, the suggestions on how to make it better, and also the parliament. And for those who hold the view sometimes that parliament, as they say, has become rubber stamp, I tell people parliament was not elected to come and fight the opposition. It's to oversight and keep the executive in check. So, and it is that collaboration that is bringing some of the results that you have shown, transferring benefit to people, building roads, creating work in road construction, facilitating ease of doing business, transporters, farmers, businessmen using the road. When you realize that close to 80% of the transportation in our country still happens on the road, you see how dependent and how necessary it is to keep the roads in very, very motorable condition. Unfortunately, roads are depreciating assets. Once you finish them, wear and tear begins, and you have to keep them in good shape all year round.
Of late, you've been on a series of inspection tours of these roads. What have you seen?
Well, I see progress. I see economic resurgence. I see people getting to work, earning a living, contributing to building their country. I see medium, small, and micro businesses across the country participating in that undertaking. Those who supply all of the building components, diesel, gravel, sharp sand, cement, iron rods, water, lubricants, food at the construction sites. And that's why I say always that infrastructure is the most legitimate way to distribute money and create opportunities in an economy. There are people that we don't see, people who run laboratories, who test all of the materials. So it's not any type of water you can use. All of those people are part of the value chain. There are estate valuers who are involved in helping us enumerate compensation for people whose land we pass through. There's so many people involved that people don't see, but in all this process, they earn a living. We have consultants also, small businesses, family businesses who are involved in supervising the construction and making sure that the contractor is building according to specification and design. Those people also earn a living. Banks are involved in this process. They give payment guarantees. They charge a commission for it. So once we pass the budget, Minister of Finance gets approval, sometimes through borrowing, and this is where the borrowing goes. So it's the economy that is using up the borrowing for wealth creation. Once that happens, we issue the mandate to pay, and payment is made. The contractor can't even keep the money. He starts to order supplies. He starts to order diesel, starts to pay his workers. So the money goes all the way down, as I say, to the local joint at night where you eat even pepper soup or whatever you go and relish in the evening. So that's how money comes from a policy. And the president's infrastructure commitment clearly is delivering and taking money to the grassroots. And those who are seeing resurgence in the GDP growth must make the connections across board, not just infrastructure, across board. The economy is heading in the direction we want it to go. Of course, there are issues about how impactful that is down the line. Even the story of an economic growth is also positive information for citizens to latch onto, and eventually it will trickle down.
Sukuk has also done a lot in this direction. We are aware that they are up and doing, or even up to now. So what's going to happen more?
Well, we just got approval, we just got notification, rather, of the closure of the latest Sukuk issue. And the Ministry of Works and Housing will get 210 billion out of that. So we will start the governance process again to distribute and allocate and pay outstanding certificates. As we pay, that money comes back into the economy, moves around all sectors of the economy. And many things to be said about the Sukuk, not the least of which is the fact that this is private sector capital coming into financing public infrastructure. So this is a hybrid of a PPP. There are others that people are more familiar with, the concessions and so on and so forth. But there are hybrids that are used across the whole world, and Nigeria has everything now in terms of options, from the PIDF to the road infrastructure tax credits to the Sukuk, and we're also looking at the Highway Development Management Initiative with possible options of concession. So we have the support of the President to pursue all of these options and fix Nigeria's infrastructure. I think the point to say about fixing infrastructure is that the more infrastructure you have, the more choice your citizens have, the more efficient you are, and the more productive we become as a nation. The full benefits of these investments will come long after President Buhari has left office. You see, if people have to travel a 100-kilometer road in 3 hours, and another country is doing 100 kilometers in 1 hour, that other country will outcompete and outperform us. And that is what this infrastructure is about. But not only roads and bridges. If other countries have the option of rail, and they have water transportation, and they have air, and we limit ourselves only to roads, again, there will be congestion and choice will be limited. And that is what roads are doing. That is what digital broadband is doing. Sometimes you don't really need to leave your house to do business. And all of these are coming together. As I said, we have momentum in the area of infrastructure, and Nigeria will only get better for it.
We'll talk some more, Honorable Minister, but that will be right after the break. You're watching Weekend File.
What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Millions of Nigerians have received COVID-19 vaccine. I have taken my own. What about you? We have taken our own. What about you? I am strong and healthy. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? We are strong and healthy. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Go get Go and get your job. The hospitals, churches, and the mosques. Go and get your job. Health centers, hurry up now. Don't be late. Go and get your job. Bye-bye, Corona. Bye-bye, Corona. This message is brought to you by the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, NPHCDA.
This isn't a fight, alright? It's more like a battle. So you gotta come through from the jump. Show them you have too much heart to get bypassed. Because you and I both know, nobody's playing in these streets. See, if you hold back, you lose. If you get cold feet, you freeze. That leaves only one way to go, really. And that's hard. So show up, show out, show yourself, battle for your dream. Only the best will make it at the Globe Battle of the Year Nigeria. Don't miss the search for Nigeria's most creative dance talents.
Naira up for grabs with your favorite Indomie noodles in the all-new I Love My Indomie promo. Grab an I Love My Indomie promo pack. Look inside the pack for a unique letter and collect all 14 letters, including the special heart, to form I Love My Indomie. Send a picture of your collection to our WhatsApp number to redeem your instant cash prize of 100,000 Naira. So hurry and grab your favorite Indomie noodles now. Offer valid in selected cities only till March 31st, 2022. Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
There is no doubt about it. Trees and other plants are so admirable, and they produce productive farmlands and water. Imagine this colossal damage. No lands, lakes are gone, houses wash away. Migration is imminent. All this as a result of desertification. We must fight desertification by planting more and more trees to save our lands and restore the glory of our agriculture. These will ensure a sustainable food sufficiency, adequate flow of water, and peace of mind. This message is from the National Agency for Great Green Wall.
My eggs are deep fried.
Ile siku nitai kushikana dem wewe.
You should think of getting yourself a Zaddy.
Your friend is really hot.
This thing of ours is over.
Oh, no, with your ship weave.
Thanks for staying with us on Weekend File. Motorists and commuters along the Onitsha-Enugu Expressway say they will ever remain grateful to President Muhammadu Buhari for alleviating their sufferings after many years of neglect. Uchenna Wokoye has details of the report.
Before now, traveling to Oka from Onitsha was a horrible experience, but with the intervention of the present administration, one lane of the Onitsha-Oka axis of the Onitsha-Enugu Expressway has been completely asphalted.
Another 35 minutes we are at Oka from Onitsha. So the Mr. President has done noble. He has done well from the Anambra, even Nigeria as a whole.
Before now, it was a death trap. It was nothing to write home about. Traveling from Onitsha down to Oka was a hell.
The road is very clear road, a very smooth road, standing roads, like all those Lagos roads. If this one is more than good, more than Lagos road.
As I see this road now, I am praising Buhari.
Road users say the smooth ride to and from Onitsha, especially from Oka, has added to their ease of doing business in the commercial city. In Onitsha, Uchenna Nwekoyo, NTA News.
We're still discussing with the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Raji Fashola, on the federal government's road infrastructure. Let's look at the 21 NNPC tax credit roads. What impact will those be?
Well, okay, so we had a retreat, ministerial retreat recently, and some of the novelties of that must contextualize with the change that this government promised at the beginning, how government does business. And you see a president monitoring, having his ministers commit to certain minimum deliverables, and also holding quarterly retreats with them to measure and to monitor. And that is method to governance, because what gets measured gets done. Now, in that sense, you will see that my ministerial mandate, efficiency road transport network, relates very closely to the Ministry of Petroleum's mandate, energy sufficiency and security. So you have problems around some energy distribution routes where the petrol tankers use to deliver energy, and we developed this collaboration with NNPC because it was affecting their throughput, it was affecting the business of the tanker drivers, and it was endangering the energy security and distribution network. And NNPC then said, look, it must make sense to invest in some of these roads because losses arising from petroleum delivery ultimately translate to losses also to NNPC. So this tax credit policy was there, and if you invest, you get relief on taxes. So NNPC decided that they will intervene around the Niger area, Niger State particularly. Their roads are long, and some of the biggest petroleum depots are in Niger, Minna and Suleja. So that was how it started. And then we thought, of course, it couldn't be Niger alone. We must ensure that every zone where there's a critical petroleum delivery artery is also upgraded. So the money is coming to help finish. Some of these contracts have been awarded since 2002, but the budget provisions are not sufficient. Some of the rates are old, and so on and so forth. Now, what the NNPC commitment does is that it gives us clear sight of funding to finish the road. So we've called all the contractors. They've signed memoranda of understanding with us that they will not ask for variation. So that's saving the country a lot of money. Some of them are just about going to break even with contracts they've carried for 8-10 years. But essentially what it means is that we will expand the motorable network across Nigeria, not just for petroleum products, for all users of those highways.
The last report we saw speaks volume of the kind of attention on the Enugu Expressway has received in recent time. Can you tell us more?
Well, that road is not finished, but of course, when this administration took over in 2015, it was one of the topical roads seeking attention. I remember I was on a flight to Ethiopia when a lady accosted me and said, Enugu Onitsha. When I started describing the villages, he said, how do you know the place? I said, I've been there, and that just be patient, we will fix it. So what we've done also is to ensure that, okay, let us finish the dualization. Let's finish one. Nigerians won't mind, so long as that one single carriageway is motorable while work goes on there. And it's a major artery that is busy all year round, more so during Christmas and the New Year. So the change that we talked about is what your report has captured. People are saying how it was yesterday and how it is today, now. And they are much better for it. And people who watch this, right-thinking and well-meaning Nigerians who watch this will contextualize where a large part of the borrowing is actually going, and the results are becoming obvious. As I said in December when we started handing over some of the roads, we're in a season of completion and commissioning. The investments that we have made are beginning to bear fruits, and in the next few weeks and months, you will see us opening up, handing over interventions in about 22 federal tertiary institutions, just the internal roads, because education is not just only the classroom. If students can't go to the lecture hall, you haven't finished the job. So we're in about 22 federal tertiary institutions. We finished, so commissioning should have started last week, but we have to suspend it because of the ASU strike.
Okay.
So because we wanted a peaceful environment to do that. You will also see President has approved that some of the national housing projects should be commissioned on his behalf. He can't be in all the states. So the ministers in those states have been notified and they've chosen dates. So we're just reviewing that. That was one of the last meetings I held yesterday on Friday.
So what should Nigerians be expecting before the end of this administration in this direction?
Well, our tenure is coming to an end, and you will see more visible fruits of how we have used the mandate given to us by Nigerians and how we have used the resources availed to us by Nigerians through their taxes, borrowings, and also the time that we have spent in office. So it's a season of harvest in terms of delivery on our ministry's mandate in roads, bridges, and housing, and that's what Nigerians should expect all year round. Federal secretariats are being finished, so public servants in some of the states who have been in rented accommodation must expect to move to brand new offices, well-furnished offices, and we can only expect that in terms of welfare and working environment, that would only translate to national productivity as well.
Thank you immensely, Honorable Minister, for coming on Weekend File tonight.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be talking with the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Raji Fashola. Of course, this is Weekend File on the NTA. Time for one more break.
1, 2, 3.
Up for grabs with your favorite Indomie noodles in the all-new I Love My Indomie promo. Grab an I Love My Indomie promo pack. Look inside the pack for a unique letter and collect all 14 letters, including the special heart, to form I Love My Indomie. Send a picture of your collection to our WhatsApp number to redeem your instant cash prize of 100,000 naira. So hurry and grab your favorite Indomie noodles now. Offer valid in selected cities only till March 31st, 2022. Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Judges of Nigerian Idol Season 7 are ready. The stage is set, and now it's time for you to impress.
Nigerian Idol Season 7, showing every Sunday on Africa Magic Urban and Family. Proudly sponsored by Biggie Drinks, Nigeria's favorite, and Binance. Exchange the world.
Government at all levels must be committed, innovative and persistent towards the provision of quality and enduring infrastructure capable of giving the people the needed productive and competitive edge to better their lives. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo said this at the flag-off of the construction of the Angama Bridge in Bayelsa State. State House correspondent Jide Odifade reports.
This is wonderful. The people are happy. They are excited for what is happening here. And this has always been what the Vice President has been saying, that when the federal and the state governments come together to work for the people, then the people are happy and their joy knows no bound. Madam,
sir.
Now, you can see the Vice President is here.
Yes.
He belongs to another party. The state governor is here. He belongs to another party. But they are working together.
Yes.
How do you feel? What is the state saying to you?
In short, we are enjoying the government. The way that they operate, they come together, they move things together. So we are happy. Because even the Bible says, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. So as we are in unity, we all are happy.
This is the mood here in Angama end of the Yanagua to Okoroma Road. This has been the vision and commitment of the leaders of the state to completing what was imagined almost 60 years ago.
The governance is a continuum, and sometimes what began in the heart of Moses will find fulfillment in the hands of Joshua.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo flags off the construction of one of the bridges along the road here at Angama, and he says the federal government is also committed to the project.
This is a partnership with the federal government of Nigeria. And President Muhammadu Buhari, in his typical open-mindedness, has done what previous administrations have not done. And I'm so happy and thankful that Governor Diri pointed this out. And that is refunding what has been spent by the state on this road. Making sure that what has been spent is refunded. That is the true spirit of partnership. And it's so important that we have in President Muhammadu Buhari and Governor Diri a combination that works.
It has been a very difficult journey, taking over the construction of this 36-kilometer stretch of road. About 10 bridges have to be built, crisscrossing lakes, rivers, swamps, and at an astronomical cost.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo was honored by the traditional rulers of the area. The Vice President had earlier visited the Bayelsa Traditional Rulers Council at their secretariat in Yanagua, where he was conferred with another chieftaincy title. In Yanagua, Bayelsa State, Jide Onifade, NTA News.
Gift George will now bring us sports update.
Nigeria's #1 ranked squash player Adegoke Onobemipo Friday night won the Parkland 2022 Open Squash Tournament in Kenya, beating Zambia's Mandan Chilambwe 3-1 to claim the title. In basketball, preparations are in top gear to stage a hit-free 3-on-3 National Women's Invitational Basketball Championship slated for the 24th to 26th of February 2022 at the Indoor Sports Hall of the Teslim Balogun Stadium, Lagos. 16 teams across the country will be participating in the championship.
Supporting grassroots basketball initiative in the country.
In athletics, Adeboyo Lukman of Lagos State and Temitope Olusesan of Kaduna State emerged the fastest boy and girl in Nigeria at the National School Sports Federation World Athletics Trials held in Lagos. Lukman won it in the time of 11.18 seconds, while Temitope ran 12.13 seconds to win the girls' race. The event was organized to select the best athletes that represent Nigeria at the World Athletics Championship for students.
We're sure that they will do Nigeria proud. From what we have seen, we use the electronics timing.
The board of the Nigerian Women Football League has organized a seminar for its club owners and managers to update them on the modern trends in running a professional club. The one-day workshop with the team Level Up had CAF instructor from Uganda, Ivan Kintu, educate the club managers on club licensing, club administration and management, players' contract and status, as well as club structure.
A departure from what we've seen in the past to a club that is professionally run now, a club that is intentional about their structure.
The Delta State chapter of the Nigerian Association of Physical Health, Education, Recreation, Sports and Dance, NAFA-SD, has organized a 3-day coaching clinic to build the capacity of its members on the modern techniques in coaching in line with global best practices.
Government should try as much as possible to also build some sport facilities in some selected schools.
In the English Premier League match results for Saturday, Newcastle and West Ham played a 1-1 draw. Arsenal beat Brentford by 2-1. Aston Villa lost at home by a lone goal to Watford. Chelsea also got a 1-0 away victory over Crystal Palace. Liverpool trashed Norwich by 3-1, while Southampton defeated Everton by 2-0. With sports updates, Gift George, NTA News.
Remember to stand with the NTA and the fight against rape and rapists. Thanks indeed for watching Weekend Viral tonight. I am Kenen Ima Abodiken. Have a good night.